Three, four, five. You can take. We can threaten the rook. If we take... Wait, first, what are the odds that we can just push? Push. King F2. Rook takes. Hey, Blazing Heart. What's up, CJ? How's your life? How's the job hunting going? You're flying home for a week. But why? Wow, that's like a... That's drastic. Puzzle Champ Tony, good. We're on the grind set, okay? We're on the grind set. So, okay, A3. King F2, rook takes. Rook back. Rook G8. Rook A1. Rook A8 is winning. But what if it's just like rook takes? King over? Oh wait, I don't like giving up this square. Actually, King C4 is like really compelling. Actually, King C4 might be the move. King C4, rook F, King F2, rook takes. King C4. What if the rook goes around? Then we just push. Rook goes behind the pawn. We touch it. Check. We hide here. Goes back. Check. Hold on. We're getting a little lost in the sauce. Hold on. Okay. Even though I thought it was maybe push right away. King D3. Now eyes the pawn and then threaten some nasty... Oh, wait, there's like King C4 check. Like, there's like possible checkmates. Wait, King D3? King D3 and a rook swing can checkmate me. That's scary. Okay, it's not easy. King C4. This is my first... This is my new favorite move. New candidate move, chat. We don't get to play Blitz until we get back to 3,300. All right, that's the goal. And if you guys want to, obviously, of course, follow along, that's totally fine too. Oh, shoot. It's not. This is like not fitting for some reason. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to make this fit. All right. All right, now it fits. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, perfect. No Blitz until 3,300 puzzles. That's right, Sean. That's exactly right. We're trying to lock in, okay? Look, I'm trying to be a good example for you. You do the puzzles, you grind, and you get better at chess, and everything else is fluff. I 100% believe that. So, back to calculating. All right, King C4. Rook takes. King D3, kind of nasty. Good morning. What's up, the jerk? Crash Dummy Rich, how you doing? Nice to see you. King C4, maybe King E3. Now he sees the pawn. A3. Rook A2, I just win. Yeah, it has to be King C4. What's happening, Tony? So we're going to push for 3,300 puzzles so that we qualify to play Blitz. Okay, I think it's King C4. Okay, King C4. King E3. Or G7, rook takes. Okay, okay. Oh man, I don't want to lose points. Okay, King C4. Alright, we got it. King C4. And now this is stuck. This is stuck. We could take. But I think everything that's not pushing is just too slow. A3, he walks. Wait, can he make it over in time? Hold on, I gotta check. A3, king over. King here. Push. Rook takes. Rook takes. Here. No, I think I just get there in time. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Actually, this is the dangerous part of this puzzle is actually missing this move. Knowing that I have to lose contact with this. Alright, Mikey thinks it's push. Mikey's right. Mikey's strong. Okay, my first inclination is you sack the rook. No, then the rook catches. Wait, takes. Swings, touch, here, takes, and then is this a winning endgame? No, it's not winning endgame. Holy cow, it's scary. Rook takes G6. I mean, if we go to the lane, push, Rook B1, Rook H8, and we lose. So I think stacking might be the only way to win this now. Which we should have seen when we did this, but anyways. A2 takes a check, and then can I stop this? I should be able to stop that. Mikey still thinks he's pushing. I do too. I think it's the only line. Yeah, because rook takes. Here, takes, king over, king over, king over, take, yeah, and then I lose that to opposition. So push, king takes, check. And then we're banking on that the queen can win it, which, yeah, it's not easy. Yes! Let's go! Let's go, Mikey! First one right. Alright. Let's review that. For anybody who missed it. Let me take this out. So for anybody who missed it, here's the puzzle. And the way to win this, King C4, stopping the infiltration of white. Comes with scary checkmate threats. Oh, wait. Okay, I have to do it again. Hold on. That was the wrong move. Okay. So for anyone who missed that, here's the puzzle. We're threatening to take the pawn. We have our own pawn. The rook does have a lot of space. And there are subtle threats of king pushing and maybe a checkmate. So we play king c4. Rook h6. White protects. And then we push the pawn. King f2 forces a decision for the black rook, and we decide to give it up. And the queen is winning versus the rook and pawn. For the record, I don't think it's that easy, but I think most of us would still lose this as black. But it's the answer. Alright. 3182. I need some sweaty puzzle players in chat. Ash, where are you? Where's the sweaty puzzle player when I need him? Alright, so we can take a rook. We can play check. Those are Probably the only two good ideas here. Check. Yeah, so basically this puzzle has to be completely about whether this check is better than taking the rook. And finding the answer to that question. And since the question's even presented, I'm inclined to just automatically believe that queen check is better. I'm pretty sure it's probably already better. Otherwise, rook takes... The puzzle would actually start after rook takes, right? And then white would do something, and then you would feel like the puzzle starts. So first, I think we should check. King h2, king g2. King g2 runs into f3 check. King here. And then queen f1 is unstoppable checkmate, I believe. Rook takes, king takes. Nothing. Push pawn, push pawn. Nothing you can do to stop checkmate. So, queen check, king d2 out of the way. Queen check, king h2 is the next question. And I think pawn takes, queen takes, king h1, and then rook f1 checkmate. When the puzzle really starts, is some real chess deduction. No, it's true. Like I've done thousands of puzzles at this point. But there are points where like you make the first move because it's so obvious, and then the puzzle like really starts. I'm like, I don't even know why they started this, but I'm pretty sure that's the answer. So here we go. Queen check. Pawn take. Oh shoot! I didn't calculate king g2. That's a problem. I shouldn't miss that. In a real game, that could lose me the game. Okay, shoot. Okay, we can't play rook takes f2. We're pinned. Knight f4 doesn't do enough. Queen takes, and we just nothing. How did I miss this? I'm on my grind elo down arc, then grind back. Shut up, Blazing Heart. Don't grind down. Only grind up. Okay, so pawn takes, rook takes. Oh shoot, this is bad. This could lose you. This could lose a game. Okay. Knight f4 doesn't do anything. Queen check, nope. Queen check, nope. Queen check, nope. Maybe now I take the rook. Now that I've like penetrated the structure. You spent all night grinding down. What a wild statement. Rook takes b8 now. Pawn takes, you lose. Queen e2 still doesn't look that great. Like probably now, if I take the rook, this is a winning position for black. Here, takes, rook infiltrates, bishop h6. Knight f4, bishop takes. There's nothing there, right? Knight f4, queen g1, and g5. Knight f4, wait, knight f4 and just bishop takes. Bishop takes. I think it's rook takes b1. So I guess the puzzle is do this in between and then you win after this. I think it's rook takes b8. That would be pretty wild if that's the answer. I don't see another good move though. Yeah, nope. 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 That's illegal. Yeah, okay. Could I play you Blitz or Bullet? Not right now. Not until I'm 3,300 puzzles. Hey, let's go! We got it, chat. Alright. Okay, let's review the puzzle for anybody who missed it. Okay? Here's the puzzle. White takes on b8. Rook takes b8. And the question that the puzzle's actually presenting is instead of auto take, consider the queen check. And as we said, I think just the fact that it's asking this question in the puzzle means that probably this is already the answer. So we play check. King goes to h2. We take with the pawn and king g2. If not king g2, if you recapture, queen takes and rook. Wait, queen takes. Wait, hold on. If pawn takes, queen takes, leads to checkmate. And in this position, you just take the rook and black is better. That's pretty intricate. That's pretty intricate. These are tricky puzzles, man. Getting the 3300 is going to be pretty tough. All right. Well, there's just check and check, right? Wait, check and check and check. And then it's about how do you force the checkmates or force the win of the queen? Material equality. Yeah, in the other puzzle, the material was pretty close to equal, but the position was greatly better for black. I mean, okay, like this is like the only move, right? Like we're down a queen. There's nothing else. We got a rook or the queen, and he's up 2 pawns. Okay. But like, see, like the puzzle should start here. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is such a like no-brainer. This is where the puzzle should start. So there's rook f2, and that's obviously losing. There's bishop d3, knight d2, bishop takes, and then a sneaky king takes g2 is actually a problem. I appreciate the puzzle review afterwards, doing my own puzzles, but tuning back to hear the explanation is cool. Oh, thank you, Sean. Yeah, I think especially when people are coming in and out through the stream, and like, you know, streams tend to be background, I think it's really good to review the whole puzzle. There's a value there. Okay, so bishop d3 still though. Knight here. What about rook takes? Rook takes, king over, and I have a bishop and a rook for the queen. It's not enough. Whoa, this song was whoa, chill song. What is this song? Wait, are we not in the playlist I'm supposed to be on? I hope I was listening to this playlist. I know, chat. Some of you might think this is boring because grinding puzzles is hard and getting good at chess is hard, but it has to be done if you want to get better. I like bishop h3. Okay, bishop h3 I like as well, except that white gets a free tempo. And that free tempo scares me. That scares me. So bishop h3, and I guess at that point we have to calculate and find concrete answers. Can he do anything? And am I even threatening anything with bishop h3? Grinding down is easy, but we want to grind up, Blazing Heart. Bishop h3. There's no check, there's no check, there's no check. He can push a pawn, which is not enough. But really the only other threat that white could produce is being able to force pieces off. So bishop h3 and something like 92? Nope. Wow, maybe white, maybe. Okay, rook d3 would be my choice against. Wait, bishop h3, rook d3. There's no check here. And give me a good discover. Give me a good discover. Rook check. Rook takes. Rook check. King takes. Rook check here. Rook takes. Bishop h3 to rook d3. What do you do? Rook d3 that's a little bit of a toughie. Sorry. Rook e3. Sorry. Yeah, queen e3. Same idea. Hit the bishop. Although I like it better with the rook. It opens one more square up, which I think is probably important. Rook c2 after rook e3, rook c2. King over? Checkmate. No, that's not checkmate. King takes. So bishop h3, rook e3, rook c2, king over. And then... Oh, no, actually, rook e3, rook e3 stops. So rook e3, check, king over. If you do it this one... Do I just go this way? There's no check here. And that's checkmate. Oh, shoot. Yeah, rook g to c2. Okay, and if I go this way, check, mate. Oh, c2. Wait. Rook c2. Oh, that's cheeky. Shut up! I was so obsessed with this idea, though. I was so obsessed with this idea that I couldn't not see f2. Shut up. Hold on, just so I know, what's wrong with this idea then? Checkmate. That's checkmate. No, wait, honestly, what's wrong with this idea? Rook e3, rook f2. And the reason I ask is because both of them can't be right. There only has to be one right answer, right? And your version also worked. Rook c2, rook takes, rook c1, knight back, rook takes, ladder mate. So there's only one right line. So what's the right line? h3. I think you prove rook f2 is fine. It's forced mate either way. But that's exactly the point. We can't have two forced mate lines. There has to be one. That's the whole point of these tactic puzzles, right? There's only one line that wins. That's what makes a good puzzle. Otherwise, this is a jank puzzle and you should report it to chess.com. And then someone will investigate it, and then they'll take it out of the pool. King f1 after f2 leads to what? King f1. The king is on f1. Right? So bishop h3, rook e3, rook f2, king is on f1. So it has to go either way. And rook f1 is checkmate. Maybe after bishop f3 is the move, and that's the whole puzzle. Dude, I would be so mad. Okay, that is possible, which those are also really stupid puzzles. g1. Okay, so bishop h3, rook e3, rook f2 check, king g1, rook f1 is made. So I think bishop h3 is the first right move. Well, you know it's bishop h3 for sure, so just play it so it's easier to calculate. No, that's bad. We're gonna do it, but in a game, like, that's dangerous. Oh, chess.com, you suck. Okay, so the bright side to this, the bright side is that we did calculate right. Both of those lines should be winning, which is why white is forced to sack the queen. Okay. Ha! That's so stupid, man. I hate when chess.com does that. I hate those puzzles. Like look, like if we calculated right, make me prove that the line worked, right? Yeah, so okay, now we're gonna double check. Now we gotta double check, right? So, okay. Bishop h3. Rook e3. Rook g f2. Wait. No, we didn't calculate right. Who said rook c2? Rook c2 loses. Rook c2 loses. Oh, shoot. Wait, so rook c2 loses. Oh, okay. So this one, the one I found, does win. King e1 and king g1 are both checkmate. Okay, but the line that we missed and the reason that the puzzle stops at bishop h3 is rook g3. That's gross. I totally missed this idea. Rook g3, forcing the king not to go this way, but going this way, and then you ladder mate anyways. We're supposed to see that too. Funny, you should play me in 10 seconds? No, bro, we can't. I can't play chess until we hit 33. So yeah, Becky, it was winning in both lines. All right. Now we got to do the puzzle review. We got to review the puzzle. All right. Let me jump back to here. All right, so here the puzzle starts with white playing a4. We take on g2, obviously. First move, super easy. The king comes to f1, and we deduct that bishop d3 doesn't work. The bishop h3, threatening a discover, and white actually has nothing good to play. And so, in a terrible response, white sacks the queen. Queen c1, which is such a robot-like puzzle move. It's so stupid. And we take the queen. But had white been more reasonable in trying to stop us, something like rook e3 allows us to play rook g to f2 check, king over, and rook f1 checkmate. Protected by the bishop. Rooks ladder the king, and we win. And that's the puzzle. So that's how black plays queen e3. It prevents mate, so the engine plays it. Yeah, it's yeah. The engine is so dumb sometimes. All right, chat. This is good. We're about to break 3,200 again. For the record, 3,300 is my previous peak on puzzles, so that's what we're getting back to. Okay, here's another one of those puzzles I've been talking about. Tell me that king takes bishop isn't the automatic move. And so like it feels like the puzzle should just start after this move. Because this is such like a, if I don't take this bishop, like black is totally lost. Right? So we can just auto this, and now the puzzle begins. So this is one of those like, really? Come on, chess.com. Like why? All right, anyways. So the king blocks us out, which means if we want to get closer to the pawns, this is the only move that gets us closer to the pawns. We can't sack the pawn because white wins the race. But wait, but we get it with check. No, but the king is in the square. And this should be black to win, not a draw. So here, king here. Wait, that's not this, right? Hold on, I was joking. Hold on, it's not g5, is it? Black can't give white the opposition, right? Yeah, we don't want to. But, I mean, king d5 blocks out white already. There's a wall here if we play king d5. But I need to prove that g5 is... Rook pawn equals draw. Oh, that's true. Hold on, that's true. It doesn't even matter. He can just give this away and run to the corner. So then the only way to win has to be winning the opposition up here and getting this pawn somehow. So king d5, or the other way you win these endgames is actually looping on this side of the king. So for example, let's say that the white king was up here and the black king was actually on this side. And when we trade, I get to take this way and the rook pawn is left, but the king is on this half. It's on the back side, while white's on the front side. Like those are winning. That's like a really common puzzle. So g5 doesn't work because we instantly go into rook pawn. So you're right. So king d5 and king e3 now open up. King e3 I only like because of this idea that you can go behind. Here, 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 takes, touch the pawn, king here, or king here, and then you take. Hold on. Here, here. Here, here, here. I'm here. Here, here. Touch the pawn. King over. King takes. King over. Or king over this way. Take the pawn. King here. And then we outflank him. But that feels so like it feels so wrong, right? To not play king d5 and try to box out the king. To play king e3 feels so wrong. So we better be like freaking rock solid. Okay, king d5. Let me just look at this. King d5. King here. King d4. King here. King here. That just looks winning too. King d5. King here. King c5. King here. King here. Okay, okay. Okay, he can box me out. He can box me out. Here. And then he goes here. And if I get closer, he blocks me. And we can't ever push. We already concluded we can't ever push. Takes and he runs. So maybe it's king. I think it's king d3, guys. King d5, king d3. White gets the opposition and draws, I think. Yeah, I think white can block me out. So then king e3. I think it's king e3 then. Which is crazy. King e3, king here. And it's this idea of looping behind. Okay. I think it is, chat. I think it's the only option. We play this one move, it's over. Yes! Okay, okay, okay. I think that's... Dude! Dude, chat! Let's go! We're freaking geniuses! Hi, Tony. What's up, Max? Dude, I want you to know I've done enough Puzzle Rush. That Puzzle Rush, like here, at this position, where it's easy. Like, oh yeah, here you take the pawn, and then you block out the king and you promote. Like, I've done so many of these. It's the only reason that I even thought that this could work. All right. Hold on. Let's review the puzzle. We got to do puzzle review for the people in the background. Hi, Ethan. What's up? What's up? That was insane. It wasn't insane. I wish. All right. Chat. In this puzzle, the position starts here. While white takes a pawn, we take the bishop. He plays king c3, and we just got done with this puzzle, but you have to eliminate the idea king d5, king d3, king c5, king c3, and white can box out the black king forever. The second option, g5, feels good. Pawn takes, the rook goes back, it can catch it. But the second that you trade off these pawns, the rook pawn is drawn in these endgames. King goes to the corner, you can never kick it out. GG's, go read your endgames. And so the only thing you're left with is maybe some absurd move like this. And there's a common idea to win these endgames where the king loops around and is able to win this pawn, and the king can win this pawn, but you're able to oppose the king because you're on the inside, and the pawn will run. And so the answer, which feels so unintuitive, king e3, let the white king in, follow the king, continue following, touch the pawn and protect it, king moves, you take, and now no matter what white does, you can get out of the way and the rook pawn will make it. And that's how you win an endgame. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Okay. Chat, we get this next one right, we hit 3,200. Super hard one. See, the nice part about, the one nice thing about endgame ones are that sometimes you're left with so few options that you should be able to just eliminate the others. Like there was only 3 moves there and we were able to eliminate 2, and we knew enough to figure out that the third one worked, right? Yeah, encountering that in Blitz is really hard. Hopefully in a classical, you're able to dig deep and find them. I actually won a game in a tournament like this. It was against a 14-year-old in the CCC in the 2025 Open. Oh, dang, man. Nice job. See? It works. Okay. Now, this puzzle feels like maybe we win a piece and we were able to win the game up the exchange, or we're able to checkmate this black king. That's what this feels like. The first thing I looked at actually was rook takes knight, queen takes, queen check, king over, queen takes, queen check, trade the queens, and then like hoping something like that would work. But I don't think that works. Right? No. So the next option. Okay, we should look at the checks first. Hold on. There's check. Wait, hold on. This is good. Hold on. King moves. Queen check again. King moves. And then we're... Oh, no. The king has to touch the knight. No, the king has to touch the knight this way. So queen check, king here. Queen check, king here. I think is the only option. And then, is there anything cheeky we can do? Queen check, king over. Queen check, king over. So now the puzzle is queen b5, king a6. And what? I thought we could win this knight, but I don't think we can. Can we win the knight? Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Nope, nope. That can't be it. Okay, queen check, king over, queen check, king here. Queen check here, king here. Queen check, king here. I don't think those ideas are working. Okay, there's also rook b5 pinning the bishop, but calculating the checks sounds like such a pain. So I know rook takes, queen check here. There's nothing there, right? No, it has to be something with this idea. My bones tell me like this resource is like one of the only things I have. Queen check. If it goes this way, he loses the knight. The bishop is currently undefended though. It is undefended. By the way, that just hangs a queen, so don't do that. But how do you even get to this guy? Check. Check. Wait. Check here. Check. Wait. Hold on. I just got an idea. Check here. Check. I'm about to take this, so he has to touch. Queen check. King goes back here. And then queen check here. Picks up the bishop. Knight f5. Queen takes. Does that work? Rook b5, queen b2, queen d2 adds another attacker to the bishop. That's true. Hold on, that's a good point. That's a good point. Rook b5. This is the only check. Queen d2. Ooh, I don't dislike that line either. Hold on. Okay, I like my idea because it feels slightly more complicated and it feels like something like that would be the answer to this kind of puzzle, but I haven't figured out why Rook b5 doesn't work. My wife said I sleep on the couch until I hit 2000 elo. Please help. Tommy, doing these puzzles will help you. And you know what? You have a good wife. Sounds like she's got her head on straight. Your idea is good, but that fork could work. Yeah, that means I need to disprove Rook b5. And Bishop c4 just isn't there. So what's wrong with Rook b5? That my gut tells me there's some stupid computer line that makes Rook b5 not work, for sure. I'm starting to believe playing Crazy House ups rating heavy. I mean, it definitely makes you more creative, and it teaches you about weaknesses and weak squares. Maybe Rook b5, Queen a2, Queen d2, Queen c4 is rough. But then Queen d3 protects through the Rook. Still hits this. King takes. Queen check, you move away. Yeah, see, it's Rook b5, Queen a2, Queen d2, Queen check, Queen here.
Stop.
Okay, hold on. Let me Rook b5. Check here. Man, okay, I'm not seeing him. It's probably easier to calculate the Queen h2 lines first. Why not Queen h2 first? So Queen h2 is what I think it is. I think it's Queen h2, King g6, Queen d3, and this idea of you ladder back and forth until you can play Queen d3 and pick it up with check. So, okay, maybe that's what the difference is. The difference is that this line is just forced. You force to win, and Rook b5 isn't like enough. It's a way to win the piece without it being done with check. And that's often in like Puzzle Rush, sometimes there's two ways to win a piece, but if you don't win it with checks, then the puzzle's wrong. And that enough could be the reason why. Just Queen e5, King a6, Queen takes a1. Queen e5, Queen takes check? Yo, what? Dude, the troll. The freaking troll. Arthur's trolling so hard because he wants to play bullet. No, you're not winning the knight with Queen h2. I thought that originally, but the king can always touch the knight in a way that you can't win the knights. So you actually need to win the bishop. So Queen h2, King b6, Queen g2, King a6, and you can't win this knight. And so the other idea is to play Queen here. Wait, hold on. I missed the resource. Queen check here, Queen check here, Queen check, Knight h5. Oh shoot, I forgot about Knight h5. So hold on, King here, Queen here, and the Knight goes to h5. Oh shoot, I forgot about this. But then Queen here. Wait, no. The King is here. Knight h5. Queen is here. Shoot. No, but then Rook sack. King takes, Queen takes a check. King over Queen takes. And I have... Oh shoot, no. No, hold on. I'm not so sure now. What about Queen d6 then? Queen d6 is not forcing. Unless you mean after this. Queen d6. Bishop e6, maybe? Yeah, here, bishop e6. Rook takes, queen takes, and then I'm not sure you're still winning this endgame. Yeah, bishop e6. So queen here. Oh man. Okay, so here was the idea. Queen here, king here, queen here, king here, queen here, king here, queen forks. But I freaking... missed. I freaking missed knight h5. So here, king here, knight. Shoot. Yeah, it's tricky. Hold on. So knight on h5, queen on h3, king on a6. But then, oh wait, I have this check. Check. And the king can go here. Oh, and then I still have this check. King here, queen takes. And the knight on h5. Oh! Can fork! Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. That's so messy. Hold on, that's crazy. Queen check, knight h5. Queen check, king over, queen check. Once it's on h5, there's a fork. I can't take the bishop. That's crazy. Yeah, queen takes d5, knight f4. Yeah, that's right. Queen h2, then queen d6. Bishop e6. What do you do after bishop e6? And then this is defended. So if all of these are wrong, that actually brings us back to rook b5. Oh no. Don't tell me rook b5 is the answer. Queen h2, then queen d6. Then rook takes knight. Then you get the bishop. But that's still just a queen versus queen and 2-pawn endgame. That's not a for sure win. I don't think... Because your queen is here, the king is here. Your queen is here. You're up 1 pawn in a queen endgame? I feel like you could get perpetual forever. I'm like not 100 that would be a win. Yeah, you're up a pawn. And that's, dude, I would never go for that anything. I would never think that's winning. Because, like, the likelihood of, like, the queen, like, geometrically, like, winning this outside pawn and then you both have pawns, or forcing a trade and the king is already cutting off this pawn, like, I don't think that's it. Sometimes the puzzles are more about advantages than complete wins. That's true. But is it enough of an advantage? Is it even an advantage? I don't know that it is. Oh, actually in that line. Okay. Queen check, king here. Queen check, bishop e6. Rook takes, king takes, queen takes e3. And then queen takes h2. You're not even up a pawn. You're not even up a pawn. Oh, It really doesn't take that long. That's true. It really, sometimes you just have to duck. Okay, but I think since we couldn't find an answer in these lines, which I really thought it was, that rook b5 might be the answer then. I hate to say it. So yeah, rook h5, rook h7 does win the knight, and then you pick up the queen, I mean the bishop. But again, queen takes h3, and you're still back to an equal queen endgame. So you're not wrong, Becky, but Okay. Rook b5 then. We go back to rook b5, I think. How does black save this bishop? Not a check. This is a check. Queen a2, queen d2, queen takes, king takes. Yeah, it's not in time. I think it's rook b5 then. Rook b4, rook b5 is boring. It is boring, but I guess the trick to the puzzle is to find out that this check doesn't even work. So rook b5, queen a2, queen d2. Luckily, there's no bishop f3. Knight takes. Yeah, okay. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that rook b5 is a move. As in queen h2, king g6, queen g3, king h6, queen h3, knight h5, rook h7, king g6, queen takes h5. Oh, no. Well, because you missed that rook takes h7. Wait. Hold on. Okay, queen h2, king g6, queen g3, king h6, queen h3, knight h5, rook h7, but the king touches the square, right? Because the knight is on h5, the king's on a6, so king takes, queen takes with check, king over, queen takes d5. Not a free knight because you had to give up the rook. Does that make sense, Becky? So your line is almost correct, except that there's not an extra space here. The king can take on h7. So I think it's rook b5, chat. I think we got to do it. Are we going to break 3,200 or not? Dude, I was nervous. Yes, cat. We can calculate, baby. We almost messed it up. Oh, goodness. SB, I hope you were watching that, because that was brutal, man. Finding those lines are tough. 3,300 is gonna take forever. Shut up, Arthur. It's how you become strong. Well, yeah, but there's no other line after this. You don't take, you just lose. And if you play queen c4, it's queen d3. Okay, now we got to do the puzzle review. I got so caught up in puzzles, I missed my chance to order Krispy Kreme. You don't need Krispy Kreme. You're locked in right now. All right. Okay, puzzle review. All right. In this position, white to play. Actually, king. Sorry. In this position, black to play. King moves up. And now your first inclination might be, ooh, check here. Hopefully it's not, ooh, check here, drop my queen, you Gotham chess players, watchers. I'm kidding. But the reason that queen h2 doesn't work, king g6, queen g3, king h6, protecting the knight so you don't win it, right? You can't win it. And if you try to be clever by playing queen h3, hoping that the king will run to g6 and you will fork the king and the bishop, it does not work because he has knight h5 that covers the king. And if you think you're slick by playing rook h7, king takes, king over, queen takes d5, and ha! I got two pieces for my rook. I'm better. The queen will take on h3 and you're in an equal endgame and you won't win. And so unfortunately, even though the checks don't work, you have, fortunately, you have rook b5, pinning the bishop, and there's actually nothing black can do. Queen a2, queen d2 adds another attacker and stops the check. And black is forced to just trade and give up the piece. And now this is a winning endgame. Woo! Puzzles, man, they be crazy. Let me take another drink. It's a lot of talking. I play puzzles like it's 10 seconds. That's why I'm like 3,000. Freaking Arthur. All right. On we go, chat. Next one. Oh, gosh. All right. What's happening here? White to move. Oh, dude, I hate these. No. Okay. I've only seen this a couple of times. And funny enough, I've only seen this in like Hikaru streams during Title Tuesday when he's actually watching other people after he's finished his game and he's annoyed that people are playing the rook on rook endgames. And then he'll stumble upon a rook and bishop endgame and he'll stay and watch that to see if the Grandmaster has the technique to win this, because it is winning, but it's really difficult. And from what I remember, I wish I would have paid more attention. But it's something like you put the bishop, something like here, and the king is gonna get mated on the back rank, or you like force the rook to only have a move. It's something like that. This is actually like, it's so much better if you just know the technique than try to calculate your way through this, because in a fast game you'll never get it if you don't know the technique. Kind of like knight and bishop checkmates. Like if you don't know the technique, like you probably won't calculate your way there in time. So bishop e2 followed by rook d5. So it's definitely about setting a mating net, right? Now my first guess is a rook d5 cutting off the king and reserving bishop e2 for a black check. Feels like the first step, but I'm not sure. Because bishop e2 right away, king h4, and he's already getting out, right? And I needed to stay close. Because we cut this off. Rook here cuts this off. And so he still has a square available. He can't just sack the rook for anything. So rook d5. Black can't move this. So he has to make a rook move. He can't play check, actually. So what does he do? Maybe bishop a4? But then queen, bishop check is actually a super nice resource. And not bishop check now because you get out. So I think rook d4 seems to be the best option. Rook d5 prevents the king escape. Yeah, rook d4. Rook d4. I'm not finding a good move for black, actually. Rook a1. Bishop check. King here, and then you mate. I actually don't think there's anything else to calculate. Right, chat? Is there anything else to calculate? Rook d4. Blocks it out. You can't check, so is there any freaking good move for black? Rook here. Check. King here and mate. So what? Rook a1. Check. He sacks the rook. Rook f3. King. I think that's it. Rook d4. King h2. King h2. You just checkmate. King h2. You just checkmate. All right. I'm pretty sure this is it. I don't think this is that hard. Oh wait. Oh wait, he has this. That's what you meant. Oh, that's what you meant. H3. Bishop f1. Bishop f1. King here, then bishop. King back. King here. No, hold on. Bishop e6. Bishop e6. Oh, hold on. Bishop e6. I do like that. King h1. Does he have any move? I mean, that's what I tried to do with bishop f1 and still have this in the pocket. But this stops the check. Bishop e6. Is there any good move for black after bishop e6? And I don't think there's a stalemate. He has a square. Okay. Bishop takes. Check. Is it just bishop e6? Maybe you're right. Bishop e6? Damn, I really like bishop f1 for some reason. Bishop f1 is what I would play in a game, but bishop e6 seems better. Okay, I don't see it. I don't see it. Wow, bishop e6, so cheeky. Wow, bishop e6 is cheeky. That was a nice find, Becky. I gotta give you that. I would have been stuck for a bit. I was so focused on bishop f1 and being able to keep the block because I've seen this idea of blocking with the bishop here, but it's just not needed here. Like, that's nice. I threw so many winning games in the last 30 seconds. It happens, Blazing Heart. It happens. Dude, that was good. All right. Time to do the puzzle review. All right. Puzzle review time. Ready. All right, chat. In this position, white being up just the bishop, you would think, hold on, maybe that's not enough to win, but this king is in such a bad place that there's a mating net. And so what you do is you create the mating net by playing rook d4, cutting off the king. And now black is out of options. There's no check. You don't want to throw your face away. And so the king moves. And black thinks they're all clever. You play check. They play rook h3. And suddenly black is out of the mating net. And so you find that cheeky bishop e6. Stopping rook h3. And eyeing the only checking square besides stacking your face. And so you take. And that's the puzzle. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Can we see why the immediate bishop e2 was bad? Sure. I believe the immediate... Oh, I can tell you why. The immediate bishop e2 is because the black king gets away on the dark squares. Unless you mean here, bishop e2. Then I think just rook h3, and the rook is cutting off the checkmating square, and the only other one, back rank square, is this square, which the king eyes. So you'd have to like finagle bishop f3, rook over, and hope that the king doesn't get out in time. Anton, 325 is 25%, 650 is 50%, 1500 is 95%, 1900 is 99%, 2425 is 99.9%. You're welcome. What is this? Are these ELO rating and percentages, or are these puzzle? Now, for the record, I was wanting the statistic for Blitz ELOs or just rapid ELO. You're smart as hell, Tony. Cool watching you work these. Oh, thanks, chess fan. I wouldn't call me smart, but I am decent enough to work through some puzzles. Anton, he says yes. This is for Blitz. Wow. Okay, so the medium, which is what I wanted, 650 is 50%. That's the medium. That's the middle. That's the middle. 650 is the middle. That's disgusting. I'm gonna copy this. I gotta copy this and like I need to send this to myself. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna send myself this for later. That's gross, man. The majority of people on chess.com are rated 600? That's so weak. Oh shoot, where'd my chat go? Oh shoot, chat. Oh, there you are. Woo! What time format? That sounds like Rapid. No, he said it was Blitz. Yeah, but Lee Chess is 1600. Is maybe like 60. I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I'm stuck in the 800s, which makes me feel like I suck. But then I look at it and I'm 68.9%, so I don't suck. Funny, you're so out of touch. I'm not out of touch. Look, okay, here's the thing. If I show up to any chess club in the world, I don't think that most people will be 600 in that chess club. That or I just haven't been to that chess club. Because all the chess clubs I've been to, like the meetups and everything, like they're not 600 isn't like the majority. It's not the medium. I don't know. Am I crazy? Like when you guys go to your chess club, are most people 600s that you are meeting? Like is that crazy? All right, onwards. Most people on chess.com don't go to clubs. Okay, you know what, Ethan? That's a good point. That's a good point. Most of these chess.com people could be no-lifers who don't go to chess clubs. Look at your blitz and tell me what percentile you are. Oh, by the way, chat, check it out. Chess.com coach. I just got that approved a couple days ago, so you can hit me up. All right. My blitz is a little bit down right now, but where's the stats? Stats. All time. No, not rapid. Blitz. It is 99.8 percentile. 17,000 global. My rapid, I stopped playing after I peaked, is 3,000 global ranking and 99.9. All right, back to puzzles. So chess club is stronger. Really? You think chess clubs are just stronger? People who just meet up at clubs are just naturally like, they're just better because they probably work on chess. A lot of bad. So I. Whoa, Betty Karen, thank you so much for the humongous, massive raid. Thank you. Welcome, raiders. What we're doing today is we are grinding chess.com rated puzzles until we hit 3,300. And as a reward, we get to play Blitz. And if we don't do it, then we suck and we need to do more puzzles to get stronger. So that's today. All right. Anyways, I do agree with you, Blazing Heart, that it could be true that more bad players play on chess.com than Lead Chess because chess.com is more well known and it gets out there more. It's kind of like if you know what Lead Chess is, you're kind of like you're like in the chess world a bit more, right? We got a lot of lower rated players, but there's higher ones too. In your chess club, most players are afraid to go to chess clubs. That's such a small percent of players. See, that blows my mind that if you play chess online, you wouldn't want to show up to a club in person. Like that doesn't compute for me. Alterly, thanks for coming in with the raid. Max with the crab dance. 1266 rapidchess.com is saying 92%. That's crazy. I'm rated much higher on Lead Chess, but I haven't played on there in a year. It's good to play on both. I can name 10 sub 1,000 players from the club. We all notice we all notice and each other and try to encourage when we can, since the culture treats us like subhuman. You're not subhuman. You can name 10 sub 1,000 players from the club. I don't think I can name more than 5. And 3 of those are my students who are breaking 1,000 now. So I ended. That's crazy. Can someone point me to the closest Twitch employee? I want to fight. I'm on my 6th ad. Fight him, Ethan. Fight him. Or get Twitch Turbo or subscribe. Mikey, you started on chess? See, that's super rare. That's super rare. Subhuman sub 1000 same thing is crazy. All right. We were on a tangent. We gotta work. Back to the grind, chat. Back to the grind. All right. So obviously, first move to think about this rook check. I think people who play at chess clubs learned to play when they were a child. Thank you for the follow, Kenny Chess. Curious, realistically, at what age do you need to start playing chess to become a GM? That's not even I don't even like that question. So becoming a GM, I don't think is about age. It's about time and sacrifice. And time and sacrifice. So I think like you can start at 13 and you can still be GM if you're willing to put the time in. I think the only correlation with age is that as you get older, life tends to smack you in the face and not be related to chess. And so it reduces the likelihood of you being able to put the time in and be dedicated to become a GM. And I think that's the only correlation. More life equals you have more shit going on and unlikely that you can put what you need to into chess to become a GM. I think that's about it. There's like a small bit for, you know, as you grow old, like you're less mentally sharp or strong or you slow down. But for the most part, I don't think that's enough to say you couldn't, because old GMs are still GMs. Like old GMs can still be Grandmaster strength. But they may not be like God Bullet players, all right? So he says he's going to reach GM. Who does? Because there's a guy who's 800 ELO who goes to our meets. He started at age 22. He's 27 now. See, yeah, the likelihood is that he can't hit GM because he doesn't have a life suited to help him become a GM. And it's very hard to do. That's probably the best take I've heard. Oh, thanks, Mikey. Thank you. Appreciate that. There's also IQ stuff. The faster you learn, the more effective your time is. That's true. The IQ, having high IQ can be a catalyst for sure. Like I think there is one case of an older gentleman becoming a GM, one of the very few, but he also happened to be a genius and have a PhD and a bunch of other stuff. Like the dude was already super smart, and so he kind of like looked at chess and was like, "Let's do this one too," and they crushed it. Are you going for a title? Yeah. I want to be a national master or I want to die. I'm kidding. That's extreme. But that's kind of how I feel sometimes. All right, to the calculation. Rook check. Rook doesn't defend, you lose the rook. King moves, you have another check. So maybe rook here, king h2. But then you have like knight f1. Hold on, what's the material? Knight, knight. Rook, 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 queen, queen, and we're down to bishop. Of course. This feels like a lot of my games. What is a national master for online ratings? So, I tend to believe that a strong national master tends to be about 2,500 plus on all time controls. But that's just my take. Rook check, king here. Wait, there's queen d6. Queen g3. But then rook h1 and you pick up the queen. Oh, there's queen e5. Oh, okay, hold on. That's a problem. I want to be a Canada master, but I play 10 second instead of doing puzzles and learning openings. First of all, to be a Canada master, you don't need that many openings, in my opinion. You need 3 and that's it. But you should do more puzzles. Or 3. I think you're very close to Canada master strength. As long as what you play online is your real strength. Check. Okay, this is the best move. And now we gotta look at both these. Queen check. I mean, rook f3 also? Knight takes, queen takes, and then the exchange is given back, and white is still a little bit better though. So rook check, queen here, queen take, rook here, queen check. Probably it's enough that they need to go this way. I think it's a line you were putting together, but at some point you win the knight on b1. Oh, you think something like this? Whoa, that's a good eye, Mikey. I don't know if you're right, but that's a good eye to keep in mind, because I'm so like headstrong and like kill the king. Sometimes I miss stuff like that, right? Arthur, it just sounds like you need to play more tournaments, bro. Online is easier. You get draw arrows and there's no touch move. Yeah, online is much easier. 100%. That's why 2,500, 300 points above USCF is likely what National Master Strength is. Why rook takes instead of knight takes? Why rook takes instead of knight takes? After what? Rook check? And you mean in the where you sack the rook? Yeah, no, you can't just win a piece. But I think Mikey meant like at some point in the calculation, like if you draw the stuff away. What are your thoughts on my level? Do you think I can be a GM? I played you a couple times now, so shit, Ethan. Okay, you would have to remind me who you are. Is Ethan your name at the center? I'm sure we played. For rook takes g8, why not knight takes g8? Well, either way, knight takes g1 is probably what you mean. You get checkmated. So rook check, king h2. Ethan. Wait, Ethan, are you the guy who beat me at the Charlotte Open in a Alpine Sicilian? That was like really tricky. Exactly, when you draw some stuff away. Yeah, exactly. King chess. Just go knight f3. Knight f3. Rook e1, queen e4, and flag him. Shut up. Shut up. Do you think I'll ever make 1,200, Tony? You used to be a master, weren't you? What are you talking about? You used to be a master, weren't you? I've seen your skill. I know that you used to be a master strength. At minimum, you used to be 2,100 strength. Okay, back to the check. King h2. Knight check. Rook takes. We can't take back because of the mate. So everything we have to do has to be perfectly executed. Rook check, king h2. Queen e... Wait, what if we use the diversion? Like rook check, king h2, queen d6, queen e5. That's stupid. Rook takes. Hold on. Queen e5. Queen d6. Where does this king go? Where does this rook go? King h3. Rook check. Queen, king. Oh, wow. This is really hard to calculate. Okay, hold on. We're starting to get somewhere. Yeah, queen. Yeah, queen e5. What about rook e1, king h2, knight f1? So rook takes, and you don't have time to take back because of the mate. I played your tournament once. I got really far really quick. You made a comment about how far ahead I was. I finally caught up to this en passant guy. I played your turn. You played my turn. What do you mean my tournament? Your tournament once. I got really far really quick. You made a comment about how ahead I was. I finally caught up to this en passant guy. I'm so lost. You mean in Utah? You mean in Utah? Or do you mean the CCC? After rook takes, you do queen e2. Oh, dude. Oh, I don't know about that. Because after queen e2, you just move the king. And you don't have time to take the stuff because you still have checkmate. And you have to somehow get back to checkmate. Or play for perpetual, but you want to win. This is black to win. I will happily, I will be happy to see Tony National Master. It will encourage a lot of viewers to follow his journey. Dude, I hope so. I hope that it will inspire people, especially adults, to keep pushing forward. Okay, so I think Rook E1, then King H2, Queen D6. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm the 2000. I beat you 2-0. I never played you OTB. Oh, your online tournaments. Ah, okay. I thought you've been in person. King G2, Queen D5, Queen E4. Yeah, so okay, I think we all agree that it's Rook E1, right? Perfect. Now here, Queen D6. It has to be Queen D6. Nothing else stops checkmate. This doesn't stop it. This doesn't stop it. This is the only move. Queen D6. Okay, that's what we thought. Yes, made in one, so it has to be a check. Did we just keep walking? No. Wait. Oh no. Let's say Rook G1, Queen G3, but Queen takes. Ha! Psych. Is it a staircase? I see. I thought about that, but where does the staircase end? You don't go back. Right? And if he goes up, then the rook checks come in, and you should be able to get him. But here, what if Rook F3 is what I'm running into? Queen takes, Queen takes, Knight takes, King takes, and then the material's even, and you have a pin. There's no mate on F3, Rook F3. Rook check. Hold on, wait. Maybe it's that easy. Rook check. King G3. Knight? No. Ah! Hold on. Queen D5. F3. Ah! Hey, GP Bear. Rook check, maybe. Rook check, and then Royal Fork. What? Royal Fork? Where is there a Royal Fork? Like, you'd have to be there. And I do want to make a Royal Fork work. So, okay, Queen D5. Rook F3. I thought maybe Rook G1, King takes, Knight takes with check. Crazy. But it's not enough. So Queen D5, Rook F3. Rook check. Rook check. You have to touch the rook. E6, right? You have to touch the... Wait, you don't have to touch the rook. No, you do, because I can take a check. Yeah, I can take a check. So you have to touch the rook. And then knight fork. This one is super tricky. Nope, we found it. Queen check, rook f3, rook e2. And the key is that you make sure that you can take with the knight with check. Okay. Yeah! Let's go, chat. 7 in a row. 7 in a row. With the continuation. King g3, knight fork. King moves to either square. You take with check. Or you take with check. Oh, baby. Good shit. All right. I'm hyped up after that one. All right, time to do puzzle review. All right, hold on. We gotta do the puzzle review. Lots of people jump in. All right. Okay, here we go. Let me prepare. For the record, chat, the reason I'm like doing the review and like resetting is that I am thinking about making YouTube shorts out of these puzzles. So if you think I'm being a weirdo, it's true. So it's fine. Okay. In this position, white takes the bishop, unlocking this chess.com puzzle. Now you may be tempted to play rook check and pick up a knight and then block with your face as you get checkmated. And so you have to be a bit careful. Mate in one means you have to do everything precise here. And you're not going to defend because you're supposed to win. And so what we do, we play check. The king moves. Don't go to g2, right? You die faster. Queen h2. Now, only thing you can do, queen d6 check. Now, you, being a Gotham viewer, might play queen e5, thinking you block the check. I'm so smart. And then rook takes. So don't do that. Instead, white moves over. You play another check. And here's where it gets tricky. In your calculation, you must have seen rook f3. And that's where it's tricky. Rook f3, and you don't take, because then you're not winning. And you don't take because you get checkmated. And so you have to check again, unlocking everything. King g3 forks the king and the queen, and you win. And if you move the king to any other square, there's a way for you to win this rook with a check and not allowing checkmate. So, do your tactics. All right, chat. Good idea. Oh, thank you. Schizophrenic chess master puzzle. Oh, not even. Okay. I think we're on a good streak. 7 in a row. Good stuff. We're still a little bit away from 3,300. Oh, gosh. Oh, I hate these kind of puzzles. Okay. Oh, endgame puzzles are the worst. Dang, bro. I guess I had it all wrong. What do you mean you had it all wrong? You should remember me from the Morphe argument. Oh, gosh. The Morphe argument was crazy. After 3,300 puzzles, can I play you for a game? Yeah, of course. Okay, so, of course, the options. Take this. Move the king. Move the king. Or push a pawn. Those are all the options. So first, we look at the captures. There's no checks. Well, actually, there's the check. So we look at this. King takes. That just looks bad. That looks losing. I don't even want to go down this road. White is up a pawn, and somehow black wins without a passed pawn. Somehow. So the idea is either the opposition's strong enough, or you're able to create a passed pawn somewhere. Like something like you double attack something, like e5, for example. Pawn takes, you push again, pawn takes, and you run the king. Now, I'm not saying e5 is it. I haven't checked it. e5, right? Hold on, is it just e5? Shut up. I was just giving an example. Hold on. E5, pawn takes, and I can catch it. Okay, so really the most pressing line is king back. Pawn takes, push here, push here. Okay, so the king can catch it. E5 isn't straight up a win. What about en passant? Okay, so the last move was this, right? That's why it's highlighted. But you can't en passant here. Tricky. This guy thinks it's tricky. Okay, but E5 seems the most promising. E5, king here. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Okay, E5, king F2. Wait, E5, king F2. And then you take once to unlock this pawn. And then you play takes on H4. Wait a second. Yes, Becky, that's what we're talking about. Hold on, E5. Yep. Oh, wait, but what about check? Oh no, I tried. Which means maybe taking with check, which I thought was stupid all along, wins. Oh my gosh. I'm annoyed. Hold on. Damn, this was so stupid. Takes here. E5. Can white do anything? Back, takes. Here. Wait, did he catch up? Hold on. Here. Okay, no. Okay, so here. Anything he can do. Takes. Push. I go for it. Takes. Push. Okay, so here. Can we do anything? Takes, push. Wow. For the record, in a game, I still think you could lose this, even if you figure out how to promote the pawn. Because it's going to be like all these pawns versus the queen. It feels scary. Okay. I think I'm going to lock in that this... Wait. Here. And I don't have E5. But then I push. It goes back. And then E5. And then he takes. And here. Back. Okay. I think we got it. I think we're locked in. Mr. Universe, thank you for the follow. All right. These endgame puzzles, super intricate. Hold on, let me skip this stupid song. Okay. Are you ready, chat? Ooh. Chat, we good. Has to be good. Ooh. Okay. We take once. And then we have to take again. Or do we push? No. We take. Yes, baby! Oh, chat. We are effing locked in, guys. We are locked in. Finding that in a classical game, you would walk away feeling like a god. You'd be like, I'm a master today. That's crazy. Yeah, they are intricate. I don't know if I'm qualified to solve. Maybe keep my trap shut. No, you're all qualified. You can all calculate. In a real game, I'm not finding this. I don't know. So the hard part is that in a real game, I just have to find this idea of E5, which I found really fast. Because I was like, theoretically, how could I win this? It's really like being able to think that you could win this in the beginning. And not just thinking it's a draw because you're down a pawn. And then once you find this idea, you can work everything else out for sure. Once you see that this is scary, you're like, oh, you would find it. But it's the hope of like, oh, can I even think to look for a win in this position instead of trying to find a draw? Because it feels so drawish, right? I think that would be the hard part. E5 is the idea duo I used to beat Neiman. Oh, really? I didn't look at these games, but all right, all right, all right. We gotta do the puzzle review, chat. You know how it is. Gotta form for content, okay? All right. Hold on, let me pause the music so we're extra locked in. I'm skipping out on my Deveritsky. Oh no, don't do that. All right. In this position, White thinks that he's totally fine. There's nothing he could do to lose this game, but he plays the critical error. Come on, computer. H4, thinking, oh, all is well. No matter what, this is a draw or win for White. But little does he know that Black is winning. And in this puzzle, the idea is to sack these pawns to create a passer. E5, pawn takes, D4, pawn takes, C3, you create a passer and win. Or E5, pawn takes, White gets their own passer. You take, he pushes their passer, but the king can catch it. And so, the crazy line to find is that you don't play E5 all excited because you think you found the answer, but it's to double check that E5, king F2, pawn takes, and C3, and the king can catch your last pass pawn. And so, you then have to realize, oh, you know what? When he gets this far, I'll just take and distract him. But you, 1000 Elo Chad, probably missed that White can play H5 check, stopping your idea and catching up to this pawn. And so, your first instinct of taking this pawn was correct. In this position, you take on H4. The king takes, and now is too far away to catch your pawns. E5, pawn takes on D5, you take, he tries to go back and catch you, and it doesn't work. Be careful not to push D3, because the king will catch this pawn. And so you take, and you're outside of the square of the pawn by one move. And you win! Good stuff, man. Whew, I'm gonna need a freaking another like Gatorade or Powerade because my voice, I'm gonna lose my voice. Nice explanation from Star Tony. Thanks, Max. Thanks. Hopefully these shorts end up being good. I'm trying to really push this idea out there that doing puzzles is the only way. Doing tactics puzzles, calculating, and doing it over and over again is the only way you become a strong chess player. Everything else is fluff and won't make you strong. That's pretty much what I'm trying to portray out there. Because for me, every peak I've ever broken on here has been after I've gotten serious and done more puzzles. And I really believe that. So I'm trying to break another peak, trying to hit 2400 Blitz and beat my student to the next level. And I think this is the only way I'm going to do that. So I'm going to prove it. Yes, you're doing well. I would watch a lot of these shorts. Good. I'm going to make them for you. All right. Next one, baby. We have not messed up yet, which is a miracle. Let me tell you. A miracle. So, whew, I'm going to get another drink soon. I think I need it. How long have we been going? Hour and a half? Okay, not too bad. I'm like 300 points below my Blitz peak. Oh, Levin, just get back up there. Do it right now. I want to get closer to your rating. You're getting better with time. Max, you want to catch up to me? The way you catch up to me is you double my output of puzzle solving. That's how you'll catch up to me. There's no other way. I promise you. When you want to catch up to someone who's already ahead of you, you have to not match what they're doing, but you have to double or triple it. Because they're ahead, right? And it's the only way, which really sucks. Because it's a ton of work. It's a ton of time. It's a ton of puzzles. 3300 Blitz is absurd. 3300 puzzles. That's where we're going. Puzzles. Puzzle rating. This guy right here. We were in the 31s when we started. Yes, I believe you. I will try to put a plan. All right, Max. Just so you know, that means I'm going to have to up my game because I don't want you to catch up to me. Hey, BJS. Nice to see you. All right. Becky82, thanks for the follow. Wait, Becky, is this the Becky? Becky, you've been chatting the whole time and you weren't followed? You've been doing puzzles and you weren't followed? Funny, Becky. My friend just hit 3,000 bullet and I'm 1,600. How do I catch up? How do you catch up? You basically have to 10x what they're doing. That's the only way. For that kind of a big gap, you have to 10x what they're doing. If they, yeah, like if they're doing 100 puzzles, you need to do 1,000 puzzles a day. That's the only way. If they're studying an hour a day, you have to do 10 hours a day. Now that sounds crazy, but I said to catch up. All right, to catch up. I think that's the level we're looking at. All right, back to the puzzles. Back to the grind. We gotta prove stuff. All right. There's no good checks, right? There's no good checks. There's no good checks. I would play like 8 hours a day. No, you don't need to play. You need to work. You gotta solve puzzles and calculate and train and do puzzles. And just playing doesn't count. Playing's important because it's when you get to exercise what you're doing. You know, you get to execute. You get to put the stuff of practice into the real world, but it does not replace the actual work. I'm like 2,200 rapid. He's 2,500 rapid. Okay, but why is the other one so different? That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people just don't care about the rapid rating, which could explain the difference. It's probably not a true reflection of his strength if he's 3,000 blitz. Like, not even close. Okay, so in this position, we have equal material. 3 pawns, 3 pawns, 2 pawns, 2 pawns. My kings are out to get blown open. And luckily it's my move. I'm really bad at fast speeds to do fast puzzles. You want to do better at fast? Absolutely blow your mind with Puzzle Racer. 90-second puzzles. Do that until you can't see anymore. And you'll get better at fast chess, I promise. C4 forces a lot. I mean, C4 is really that man. I would have to be 100% sure that I'm not losing after C4, because this is hanging. If I get my king on a light square, I lose the queen. I'm opening up like these lines. C4 just seems too slow. C4 feels like I could sack this bishop and still checkmate you somehow. I can't jump on board a C4. I don't even want to think about it. It's so... E6 isn't moved. You mean bishop e6? Now bishop e6 is more interesting. It at least eyes it, but I feel like we need to create a threat. It's the only way we're going to get out of this. What should I do at 2100 CC Rapid to try to improve? There isn't much online about it. What? Did you hear nothing I just said for the last 10 minutes? I told you what you have to do. You need to grind puzzles until you make your next break. And that's it. I promise. That's all you have to do. Wait, G5 isn't a move. What? Rook D6. Rook D6. Okay, Rook D6 does kind of create a threat. That I like. Rook D6. Wait, Rook D6 may not even be a threat. Rook D6, even if I gave you a free move. Check, king over. No, king here. No, okay. It does create a threat. It does create a threat. Okay, hold on. Rook D6. Pawn takes, king H8. And then white gets another. I do chess tempo for a couple minutes a day, and I'm gaining rating from that. But like, when do I work on everything else other than tactics? Laban, here's the absolute real reality. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, and this has been told to me by grandmasters and other people. You don't get to work on the other things of chess, in my opinion, until you're a master. Because I think at master levels, when you get to actually studying chess, when you start playing real chess, that's when you can go deep in the end games, intricacies, openings, positional chess, structures. But everything below 2200, 2200 USCF, I think can be complete with pure tactical calculation, and that's it. So, because honestly, I really think chess is 90% tactics. That's like a real take. That 10% is so small, it won't even matter. It won't even matter because that means you lose 1 out of 10 games, but you'll win the other 9 on tactics, and you'll gain rating. You'll improve. What's 2200 USCF and FIDE? About 2100, 2100 or candidate master. If rook d6, b6 check, b6 check. Queen takes a1. Yes, that is the threat. That is the threat, Becky. To be fair, I've gone to 2150s without opening and just that's my point. That's exactly my point. I'm saying that's still the case until you're a master. All right, so rook d6. Pawn takes. King h8. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. King h8, and there's just f8 queen. So we have to go king f8. King f8. King f8. Queen e1, rook b6 check, king over, queen takes. Here. Wow, it's still not totally clear. Wait, Goon, I'm pretty sure Canada Masters 2100 today. I'm pretty sure. Am I wrong? What? Oh, it's 22? I thought it was 21. Am I crazy? Dude, I'm crazy. Why did I think it was 21? That's crazy. Dude, that means Canada Masters are clearly stronger than National Masters, for the record. But anyways, thank you, Goon. You were right. I'm trying to find a good move for black for white. After rook d6, pawn takes king f8. Is there anything white can do? Okay, wait, rook d6. What about king h2? Rook here, and then you bring the other rook over. Okay, hold on. I found a good line. Hold on. Rook d6, king h2. Ready to meet rook b6 with rook g1. Okay, wait. So rook d6, king h2, rook a6, bishop takes. Rook d6, king h2. Or you could throw this check in and then play king h2. You probably were thinking that 2100 is equivalent to 2200 UCF. I was thinking that. That's why I thought it was like about the same. Yeah, rook a3, rook d6, king h2, rook g1, wait, d6, king h2. Ah, bishop e6 check. King back, rook check, king over, queen takes. Okay, bishop e6. So rook d6, king h2, bishop e6, bishop c4. You just take the queen, take a check. Okay, so that's absurd. Rook d6, king h2. Okay, new rook d6, king h2, rook b6, king c1, and where's your win? That's still not a win either. Wait, is immediate c5 bad? Absolutely, the immediate c4 is bad, in my opinion. I think you just die. I think you die. I don't know, man. I feel I got bad feelings about c4. c4 takes king f8. Queen g1. Threatening this, and then what do? If you move, queen g1 still looks good. If you take bishop c4 or rook check. Oh man, I don't even want to think about it. This puzzle's so confusing. Well, the confusing part is finding the good moves for Wyatt. It looks scary, but what is there? I don't know. But I don't feel like I'm winning. Even if I win this piece, I don't know that I'm winning. Rook d6. Rook h2. Rook d6. King c1. Wait. Rook d6. Rook h2. Bishop e6. It's the rook. But then rook b2 stops my threats again. See, even in that line though, wait, hold on. Rook d6, king h2, bishop e6, rook b2, and then c4. I have 1, 2, and a third piece to defend myself. Even then, I feel a bit better about it. Oh, king g7. Oh no, king g7 off the light square. I feel like is worse. Because I get this with tempo. I get a G-file check with tempo. So I rook d6, actual threat. Pawn takes king f8. Rook h2. Bishop, rook check king here. Bishop e6 hits the rook. That looks winning too. Ah, shoot! Yeah, it does. It traps the rook. So, okay, my favorite line is rook d6 first. Takes. And then white not... What is white... Can white do anything? Like rook g3. Check. No, that's losing. King h2. Rook check. Here, bishop e6. That feels winning. Ah! I'm not like 100% sure, but I think that's right. How do you meet a4? How do you meet a4? Just rook check, king over, checkmate. King over, take the rook, and then trade the queens. You want me to flip the board? Alright. Rook d6. d6. Check over. Queen g1 looks freaking scary, but rook check. King over, queen takes. King over. Rook d6. I mean, I think it's rook d6, chat. All right, let me flip it back. Okay. After rook a2, after rook a2, then c4 is a move, then rook g3. Yeah, it's I think it's easy if he goes that way. All right, rook d6. Yeah. Okay. Not king h8, king f8. Not here. There's a check. Not here. I don't want to give a G file check. King F8. Okay, rook H2. Okay, okay. Here's where it's tricky. Rook check. King over. And then bishop E6. Or bishop E6 right now. Bishop E6 right now. Rook here. And then C4. Okay, which one's the most threatening? Which one's the most threatening? Okay, I think bishop E6 is the most threatening because it takes a check. Rook here, check, king over. And then bishop E6 doesn't feel as threatening. Right? Because it feels like, well, I can just give up this rook and try to get counterplay. So my inkling is that bishop E6 is more threatening than C4 here. So I think it's bishop E6. Oh, I flipped it back. It just wants you to win a piece, but it wins a full rook, right? After bishop E6, then rook B7. After bishop E6, rook B2. And then C4. Rook takes B7. But I think that's just winning. Rook pawn takes. And you always have like this rook B6 check to make anything scary go away. Which rook to win? I mean, C4 wins the bishop. I think it's bishop E6, chat. Why not check first? Because then king C1. And then bishop E6, right? But what I'm arguing is that like white gets time to do stuff and you're not taking with check, and maybe that's dangerous. And so this threatens to do it with check. And then C4. Queen G1. And then these lines, oh wait, but Queen G1 threatens this. Queen bishop takes. And then the bishop moves away. Oh, but then you win this rule. Oh wait, hold on. Bishop E6. Rook here. Queen G1. Hold on, Queen G1's an actual problem. Rook check, king here, bishop E6, Queen G1. See my point? Queen G1's like a real problem. King takes, bishop takes, and then it protects the rook, and you can move your bishop away. Ah, shoot! Hold on. Ah, my brain. Yeah, bishop E6 is way less powerful, which is why I like it. But it's still powerful enough that it protects the rook and then the bishop is free. But you win the exchange. Queen G1, then rook F3. Okay, rook F6. Oh, but it's just a check. King check. The hint says to win a piece. Oops, that's a blunder by me. Can you find out how to win my piece? Oh, you're right. It does say that. That's stupid. Don't give me a hint. Go away, person. Dante, go away. I didn't want that kind of hint. All right, I'm banking on bishop E6. I'm not 100. I'm like 90. C4 wins a piece. Oh, shut up. Oh, hold on. C4. C4. Wait, C4, Queen G1, King takes. Check. No, C4, Queen G1, pawn takes. C4, Queen G1, rook F6. Queen check, king here. Queen check, no, you lose. No. C4, I think there's Queen G1, chat. Rook check them. I know. I think it's bishop b6. Because queen g1 is such a problem. All right. Ah! No! No, the whole streak, chat. No! Our streak is gone. Oh, no. Don't tell me it was rook check first. One is the best move. Wow, the computer's wild. It just says take the rook. There's nothing. Yeah, I guess there's nothing. No! We messed up. Oh, I'm sad. But bishop e6 felt so good. Shut up! This is still winning! c4? How is this not still totally winning? Rook takes b7 is minus 2.6. Queen g1 thought it. Queen h5? Queen h. Queen h5. Queen h5. Time for a bullet. No, that's not what it means. We didn't hit 3,300. We lost points. I'm sad. C4 still winning. That bugs me. We don't have another 3 years, Tony. No one does. I am disheartened a little bit, though. I wouldn't mind playing. Mainly because it means I stopped talking so much. So I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. Alright, chat. You guys have been really good sports. Let's see. What did we get to anyways? Where's my puzzles? Okay, 32-14. Alright. 85 away. Maybe we play a little bit, try to implement what we learned. Can I play you now? Sure. Let's play some chess. Send me a challenge. Haha, chill Monday. If it isn't a challenge, you won't learn anything and you wouldn't do it. Yeah. Come on, Tony. Your hair is $27.50, but the rest of you is only 20. Oh, thanks, man. At least something about me is 2,700. All right, Leben, we're waiting on you. We're waiting on you. Damn, all that tactic training freaking made me hungry. Who's hungry, chat? Anyone else hungry? Do we all want pizza? I feel like. I'm still waiting on Devin. I'm just adjusting the scene a little bit. All right, where's my challenge? It says you're offline. What? You see me online? I'm streaming. I'm here. What are you talking about? Hey, you just challenged me. My user is personally Gabe. All right. 3-0 unrated. Personally game. Woo! Tactics, baby. Jabrul, thank you for the follow. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, easy. Alright, we'll just put in the pawn. Actually, I should have just chucked it. I should have just chucked the pawn. And now we'll just pile up on the stuff and something will happen. H5 probably. Great move here. Yep, H5. We're about to dominate these light squares. G5. Oh, that's a bit hasty, my guy. But I accept. Positional chess from Tony? Ah, I'm not a positional chess player. Don't listen to me. I think I can take this pawn. I think I have the time. Because bishop f3... Okay, taking this pawn might be dangerous. Unnecessary. I think I'm playing with fire if I take that pawn. There's a world where queen g5, rook g4, and like a pawn push, and he slams through. So instead, we're going to use the bishop to kick the rook so the queen can just come back. And now everything here, much more dandy. And if we want to be like Kingsley and be really lame, we can play queen h4, offering the queen trade and then winning the pawn with no scariness. Let's put it here. The clinical move. It is clinical. It's kind of lame, but it's clinical. All right, now we just pile up on the weakness. We're gonna stack the rooks. We'll play king h2 to not allow him to do anything cute. We're just not gonna allow it. We're gonna stop the pawn push. It's it's just chess. But he made it easy. He lost the piece at the beginning, so. King h3, cute move. I like this move. Here, like everything wins. E4, pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes, liquefy, pawn, rook takes, pawn takes, rook takes. All right, what he missed is actually bishop g4 now. GG's. Thanks for the game. If you want, I'll give you another one. You kind of messed up in the opening, so we can do one more. I just fumbled from the start. Yeah, of course. You deserve a rematch for sure. Oh, bishop e2, I feel like a super drawish. Yeah, Accelerated Dragon is one of my choice weapons. Oh, nice. He played the slightly less drawish line. Thank you. Oh, you've been learning this opening? Good taste, man. Good taste. Oh, you guys hear that? I need the bishop out. Let's put the bishop. No, play rook e. Play. I think rook b8's good. Just ask some questions. You know, maybe threaten to destroy the structure. I don't know. Just some ideas. About 4 or 5 GM YouTubers recommend it. Narodisky called it a gateway Sicilian. That's a great way to put it, actually. Gateway Sicilian. All right, so now take once, take twice, and bishop e6 seems to be queen takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes. It's a hard way to win this, but I think it can work. Let's try it. That is a hard way to win this game. Who are some of the other GMs that recommend it? Let's go queen a5. We could have taken rook over, rook takes, but I don't think it was that good. I don't know about this. Queen takes, rook takes, rook takes, bishop takes, queen takes again. Let's try c5 though. e5, queen e5, rook takes, queen takes, rook down. Should be fine because we have back rank make. Yep. Should be fine. Nakamura, actually Naka still plays it. He still plays it. He actually uses it as a drawing tool in the Maroxy. There's a drawing line with an early queen a5 and knight b6, and yeah, he used it to draw often. Okay, so now it's I push the pawn. He can take. I just push. Queen takes. Oh, I don't have time. I gotta take. Man, I'm thinking too much. I'm like in puzzle mode still, I can tell. I need to be in just like move and free flowing mode. I gotta be ready to flag him. It's gonna be hard to win, but I think it's doable. Oh, I had this here. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. You know, I had to pull out the dirty tricks because oh, I messed up that end game. Okay, hold on. Was it winning though back here? I think it was, but ooh, it's not winning. It's just barely like. Oh, duh. Wait, no, that doesn't do it as much. But back here, I feel like I would have had chances. Instead of king here, I played bishop like this. Yeah, it's minus 1.5. Yeah. All right, Mikey, we can play. Speed chess. Tony, what? Why are you yelling at me, huh? Why are you yelling at me? I'm sorry, Leben. I'm sorry. I had to do you dirty, okay? Tony, don't challenge me. I'm scared of you. That sounds like a challenge. Sounds like he's trying to bait me in a challenge. What is this? G6? Look at that terrible bishop. That guy's a pawn, baby. That guy's a straight up pawn. All right. If you want to free your bishop, you're going to have to destroy your structure. That is what I am saying. I actually don't like that move very much. Why'd I do that? Are you here, chat? Chat is slow? Chat is a bit slow. Wait, can I just take? Pawn takes? Queen takes? Bishop moves, I take the rook. Okay, you freed your bishop. I agree. But at the cost of a pawn. Okay, now the knight will hop in. The pony! Herald the knight. Alright, fine. I'll stay in the middle. You're in the middle, I'll stay in the middle. Find the stuff, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Chat must be slow because we started playing chess instead of grinding puzzles. They're starting to understand. That must be why. Of course. What are you gonna? What are you doing? Hold on. Let me ask this question first. Maybe that wasn't the best choice, but seems to be okay. Tricky thing. It's not so easy. Not so easy. This is so messy here. I think the tactics work out for me, but I'm not 100% sure. What? No. I can't wait. What? Did I miscalculate? This is hanging. This is hanging, but then your queen is hanging. This is still hanging. This is still hanging. This is... I didn't miss it, right? Jobaba London games are always so unique. Dude, I love the Jobaba London. And I played it before it was cool. I've been playing it for years. Yeah, I think Rook takes just works out. Alright, what's Mikey gonna play? Which version? Or Mikey can just flag. I mean, we're just like concrete here. Just so I know, 3,300 pesos, then we go Blitz. We got the 3220, and we were in the 31s. Yeah, I think, yeah, Queen F2. Oh, you have to play C5 to hold the knight. Yeah, and then Bishop G1, just kill her. Kill her. Alright, let's do another one, Mikey. Let's do one more. If you find C5, I have troubles. Let's play the French. Exchange! Lame. Super lame. No, the fun French lines. Smurfette, how's it been, man? I know you've been super busy. Hopefully your family's nice and healthy and they're not dying of allergies like mine. Freak, man. Allergies have been brutal lately. Wasn't the exchange played in the World Championship? Oh, that doesn't mean it's cool. Still lame. Knight H4 is move, I guess. Guess it's a move. Okay, let's ask this question first. Everyone and everything is fantastic. That I'm so happy to hear. Because I know you haven't been around much, so I'm really happy to hear that. Alright, and now e6 here. Bishop takes, knight takes, knight 5. Or I can play knight d4, which is a bit more risque. Threatening this. Takes, pawn takes, and then maybe we just keep shoving it up the board. Chess is a disease and a mental prison. Look, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. But we're here. We're already imprisoned. We're freaking on Twitch watching a freaking chess player do stuff. So, you know what? We're already here. So we might as well, you know, might as well enjoy it. Alright, I need to stop thinking. I gotta start playing. Hi, buddy. Sup, Ridors? Readors? You are. Thank you. I agree. I don't disagree. Totally don't disagree. Really want to stop this. G6, he just takes. Takes, G6 check. Alright, I don't think there's a way to avoid it. I think he's gonna get it in. No matter what. I'm not even paying attention to the chess. Oh, well, then you're just here for me. That's so kind. I appreciate that. Wait, but now G6, you sack. I got Queen G6. You sec, I have queen g6 now. I'm here to chat with you as a person and the others in chat. Oh, that's so nice. That is so kind. Well, things have been awesome lately. I mean, I messed up my knee a couple days ago playing sports, but other than that, awesome. All right. And now the knight jumps in. Gotta make sure to not get too low on time. Hit the knight, and then swing the bishop around. And now we have an interesting game. Where I think I'm slightly better because I have a protected passer. But only because of that. Like I can ram this pawn and he can't hit mine as well because of the protected passer. Gotta take with the queen, it's important. And now it's just a little bit of finesse. King stops the infiltration. Rook is up here. And now we don't flag. We don't flag. We try not to flag. It's gonna flag me. Oh, let's go, baby. No, bro. The protected passer, baby. Which knee? It was my right knee. So yeah, I actually have a brace on right now. I messed it up pretty bad. Like, I probably won't be playing sports for like 2 weeks. Oh, GG's, Tony. GG's. Let's see. Did I mess up anywhere? I think my assessment of all this little weird stuff here. Queen a5. Wow, Queen a5 is interesting. f6 not the best. We're still better. Yeah, still chilling. Oh man, f4 is definitely a way cooler move to play. Oh my goodness. f4 is how I like to play. Blow him open. I was being too solid. Ah, so lame. I mean, it's totally winning, but still. f4 is a better way to win. Tony, yeah, so funny. You're happy with the accuracy? What was the accuracy? Let's see. Let's see. 75 and 84. Not bad. Not bad. f4 is pretty obvious. Shut up. Oh, I know. f4 definitely was the way to go. You're better than this? Yeah, I don't disagree. Well, chat. Anybody else want to play? I mean, I guess I could jump in the pool. I need to get my rating back up a little bit. 2265 is too low. I need to push 24. I don't think I have enough speed right now to push forward very well. Because I was getting too low on time there. But maybe we'll try for a little bit. Wait, why are you 2265 and not 2350 by now? Ah, because I freaking tilted and lost a bunch of rating on stream last night. It was too chaotic for me to try to push rating. It was a bad call. Just pretend you're playing bullet. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Yeah, you got knight before. I know, I know. That's fine. Actually, I can wait on this. Then A3, and then this, I think. Here, takes. Fork. Oh, okay, A3 first. Rook A1, castles. Rook A1, castles. Wait, E4, takes. In here. But then I usually have this. Ah! I don't know. Wait, I don't... Oh, shoot, it's not... Wait, I just messed up. Usually my rook is here. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, I messed up, chat. I did 4... Oh, shoot. I'm not pretending like I'm playing bullet. That's the problem. It's messy, but it's not messy enough to save the game. Be careful. There's lines where he just... Wait, did I just have take knight here? No, knight takes. There's gotta be like a... Oh man, that threatens checkmate. Shoot. Shoot. No, it's not gonna be enough. Oh man. Ah. Yeah. Oh, I'm probably pushing my luck after all that training to try to push rating right now. To be fair, I feel like we actually gave him a good run, even though I blundered super bad. That lame excuse, at least I didn't lose that bad. Yeah, E4 was a mistake. You should G3 and then E4. Just prepare it. I thought about this. I didn't think it was enough. It still is not. Wow, it's that close within a point here? Ah! Ah! B4! B4! I could absolutely save this game with B4. You just need speed? I know. I'm just too slow right now. It's okay though. It's about that time that I have to end the stream anyways. I started a little late today, which is a bummer. I really wanted to start a bit earlier, but I had to make the next YouTube short that is going to go getting posted after I'm off this stream. So, does this stuff work here? Yeah, it's not working. Hey, Smurfit, can you create a raid? Will it let you create a raid? Yeah, it's weird. So for some reason, I don't know why, or like Twitch is being super weird. So I would raid somebody, but I can't execute the raid for some reason. So if one of my mods wants to raid somebody, go for it. That'd be awesome. I can't even look up who's online because the Twitch website's being weird for us. I don't know why. Like, look at this. Look at this. Twitch. I click on Twitch, right, and I just get this forever. Whoever you want, you can raid anyone. I can't even tell you who's on. This is me trying to get into Twitch to see who's on or watch the chat, and I just nothing. It's super weird. I don't know what's going on with it. Like here, new screen, Twitch, boom, nothing. So if you can, feel free to raid anybody in the chess category. Hold on, in the chess category, please. But yeah, I might lose my voice, but that's okay. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to see that you rated someone. So, let me know when you hit the raid button so I know when to end the stream. It's super weird, man. I have never seen this problem. Like I refresh, like nothing, like just. It's like so weird. Like I don't know what's going on with it. Command raid. Yeah, sure, raid that person. That's fine. Copy paste that. I know, but I can't. I can only copy paste this into like our other chat. Like I don't think it will actually kick on this one. Like I can't even execute it. Damn, mods don't have permission to raid? That's crazy. I thought mods could raid. Okay, hold on. Let me try one last thing. What if I jump on my phone? Command raid? Command raid. Tarf. Regulus? Wait, I don't think that worked. Whoa, Smurfit, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, thank you. All right, I hit command raid on my phone chats, and I don't think it executed. So, oh wait, it did. Raid now. Do it. Bye, chat. I didn't say bye. Bye. Did it work? Is anyone here? Are you guys seeing somebody else? God, I hope that worked. Did it work? All right, well, if it didn't work, rip. I'm gonna end it.